Do you know Breonna Taylor's story, her whole story?
I am Tamika Palmer. I am the mother of Breonna Taylor.
Three officers on the Louisville Metro Police Department used a battering ram to knock down her door. They fired 22 times. 8 of those bullets landed in the body of the most essential worker I will ever know. Bree was murdered by the Louisville Metro Police Department, and after they killed her, they asked me if she had any enemies. No, absolutely not.
This story started coming out differently, and people started learning the truth of what was happening and the things that went wrong that night. Now the whole city is mad. Now the whole world is mad. Breonna should not be dead. Some days I feel like I can't breathe without her. This should never happen to another family. I am Breonna Taylor's mother. Say her name.
Now that we know what happened to Breonna Taylor, it is time for us to act and to get justice for her and her family. There are a few things that you can do no matter where you are in this country. The first thing is call Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher and demand that he fire the officers responsible for murdering Breonna Taylor. Number 2, call the Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron and demand that he charge the officers who are responsible for murdering Breonna Taylor. Next, call the interim police chief Robert Schroeder and tell him to finish his investigation and immediately turn over the details to Breonna's lawyers and also to the Attorney General. And now, Louisville residents, the power is in your hands. Breonna Taylor's family has said that they are not just fighting for her, but they're fighting to ensure that what happened to Breonna never happens again. There's a vote in your town this week. Call your council members and let them know that you demand that they vote to ban no-knock warrants.
Do you know what happened to Breonna Taylor? Do you know what happened to Breonna Taylor?
Okay. So for the conversation none of us really want to talk about, but it has to be talked about, check your motherfucking self. That's right. This is Check Yourself with the Offset segment of Offset. Yeah, that's it.
Get it right first, cuz.
Man, hey, man, a nigga is flustered, a nigga is tired, and I'm just, I don't really know how to feel right now. I don't know about y'all.
Motherfuckers got the nerve. They got the nerve, bro, to be posting Whiteout Wednesday, bro. And I'm pissed, bro. They just got the nerve, fam. Who's posting Whiteout Wednesdays, bro? The fuck? How you rebuttal with that?
They're all doing a Floyd challenge, a George Floyd challenge, where it's knee on somebody's neck.
Hey man, bro, that shit disgusting. I'm gonna say one disgusting, but we the thugs.
But
the internet allowed everybody to be savage.
In real life.
So, you know what I'm saying? People can hide behind a computer screen and, you know, type and post all they want to because they know they can't be touched. You know what I'm saying? But it's the day and age we live in. So, you know, like these challenges, trying to make fun of it. Now y'all see why our people doing what they doing. Because we being made a mockery of.
And it's funny though that like people, it's not funny. When I say it's funny, I don't really mean it's funny, but it disgusts me. It disgusts me the fact that people could come up with challenges like the George Floyd challenge. Come up with what'd you say they did, Godfrey?
Whiteout Wednesday.
What the fuck, bro?
Hey, but they make fun of that one. But then when they was playing Point 'em Out, Knock 'em Out at State Fair, knocking out, you know what I'm saying, knocking out people, all of a sudden it's thugs and all this, though, right?
And the thing is, though, this is not even race. This is not even a black-white thing because there's black people saying ignorant shit about their own people.
Yeah, for real.
Lil Wayne.
See, I didn't even know what Lil Wayne said, but we about to talk about that. We about to talk about that, but I was speaking on an individual in particular in Milwaukee that we know is black, out here all the time at the bars wearing a cowboy hat, and he got some nerves to post some KKK shit. Bro.
You talking about the dude that live in Brown Deer? Because I think Miranda showed me him yesterday. They was talking about he grew up, he straightened his hair, he wearing Affliction and all of this bullshit.
I don't know. I don't even know.
But
dude.
he a big black dude.
I'm not gonna dress his name. I'm not gonna dress his name. No, fuck that. I'm lying. I'm gonna go find his name. Let me go. We need to put this motherfucker on blast. I don't even.
Man, blood. Because you need to check yourself, fam.
Man, bro. Like this whole pandemic has put everybody in such a mood, bro. Like whether you know it or not, you frustrated, you furious, you pissed off at any little thing just because you're trying to hold it together. I know myself have had a hard time trying to keep it together. I haven't been out there protesting, though. I'm not going to act like that's something I've been doing. But that's not the way I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. I'm not saying what y'all doing is wrong. But, bro, this motherfucker had the audacity to say, in all honesty, we need a little bit more of this right now to scare these rioters back into the houses and stop fucking around. Bro, it's a picture of Ku Klux Klansmen, and he had the audacity to post that.
And then said the hard truth.
The hard truth!
Like, what are you talking about?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I got some homies on Burline that handle that. I'm gonna keep it honest.
Yeah. So in Chicago, the Latin Kings or whatever.
Oh my God!
Decided to help the police regulate protesters and rioters, and they're just shooting and killing people.
No, that's not what they're doing. So I got family. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Chi. I got family still there. What they're doing is, if you come into certain neighborhoods, they snatching your ass out the car, and they beating your ass, or they killing you because they think you there to loot. That's what's happening. I think a young lady and her kid or whatever got snatched out the car the other day. It got beat the fuck up.
Somebody got shot. A car got burnt. So
overall, the last week, I think who had that statistic? It was over
82 people shot.
82 shootings. Yeah. 22 fatal. You're right. 82 people shot or something like that. 22 fatal.
Yeah, 82 people shot. 22 fatal. Yeah.
This is how y'all protest? What the fuck?
What is it? Why are people so threatened? Like, what are they threatened about? That you got to form, you know what I'm saying? We already got the police against us. So now you gotta join forces with the Kings, the KKK. Like,
hey, man, yeah, this don't make no sense. Honestly, I'm just trying to keep it together.
We swinging this back around. I'm about to read the comments to you. I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about this one. I'm gonna say the name afterwards. I think we see these situations. I think we also have to understand that we have to get very specific. And what I mean by that is we have to stop viewing it as such a broad view, meaning we have to stop placing blame on the whole force and the whole everybody or certain race of everybody with a badge. We have to actually get into it with that person. And if we want to place blame on anybody, it should be ourselves for not doing more than what we think we're doing.
Oh, that's what Wayne said?
Yes, sir.
We as a black community been overcoming our whole life, bro, in every situation, fam. What is he talking about?
But honestly, I'm gonna let you say what you say. Go ahead, bro.
That's all I had to say, really.
Because I'm not gonna say that he's 100% wrong either. I'm not gonna say he's 100% wrong with what he said, but in you have to be conscious of what you're saying, right? So like what he said wasn't wrong, but the way he said it could have been worded better, right? I do think, in my opinion, I'm not saying that this is what he probably was saying, but in my opinion, he was saying focus on correcting the problem versus just focusing on the problem.
That ain't for us to correct.
It's not, but it is. Because we can't act like, in my opinion, once again, this is just my opinion. We can't act like it's only white people that's the problem. We can't act like...
we're not saying it's white people. We're saying it's the police.
Excuse me, only police. That's what I meant. Only white officers, right? Because that's what we're saying, white officers. Or did he say all police, right? He said all police. Yeah, we can... It kind of goes back on a conversation Daryl and I had today, where I think this is good. I think this is good though. Where I'm gonna ask Godfrey and Hershey this question. So Godfrey, if Hershey came to you with a problem, and she looks up to you, she looks up to you, and you know she respects you, and you're a mentor to her. She comes to you with a problem, you influence her. You influence her, right? Based off of your influence, is it her problem, or should she?
You said it all wrong, bro.
Should she? No, I know what I said. So if Godfrey influenced Hershey, right? Should she use the words that you influenced her with to make her own decision, or should she make decision that you think is best for her?
I think.
No, I didn't. Because I'm saying if Hershey was influenced by Godfrey, should she use the words that she was influenced by Godfrey to make her own decision, or should she make a decision based off of because of only what Godfrey said? I didn't say that wrong.
So you basically saying, should she go off the strength of my words, or should she go off of what what I taught her, like what she applied to her life?
I'm giving you my advice. I'm giving you my advice.
So
it's up to you to use that advice, right? It's up to you as an individual to use that advice.
Godfrey, because we percent. Godfrey, I tell you, you look up to me, right? I'm a multi-millionaire, whatever. And I tell you, ask me advice on like, should you do a show or something, right? And I tell you, that'll be a bad look. That'll be a bad look for you right now in this situation, in this current state. That's a bad look. I don't think you should do it. So he's trying to say, is it your responsibility to make the decision best for you, or are you going to use my influence on what I said? Is that going to factor into your decision?
At the end of the day, you should know who you are, and you should read in between the lines on whatever on the people you look up to, or the people who's just giving you advice. You know what I'm saying? You should always trust yourself in those situations. So whatever they taught you or influenced you with, whatever you apply to your life, you still making that decision based off of who you are. So I don't feel like nobody's making decisions off of word for word, verbatim, how they said it, and just taking that advice.
And that's the thing that I feel like is going on with this shit, bro. We need to make our own decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop being controlled. Stop.
So
I understand the influence. I'm not saying it's wrong for some of y'all actions. But make your own decision.
But it's hard for you to say that when a lot Huh?
It's a cycle, bro. It's hard to say that when you're in the cycle. When you caught in the cycle, if you're in a cycle, as a black people, we've been in the cycle, bro. Like some people don't even know they're in the cycle because everybody's in the cycle with them. You have to notice that the same thing is happening over and over again before you can react differently, fam. Right. So I feel like that's a part of the situation too. Most people need to realize that it is a cycle, fam.
Because with this comment, bro, this is what I would get. For one, Lil Wayne is from New Orleans, Louisiana. One of the highest, most black crime rates in the nation, right? Predominantly black. Now, you're saying that we shouldn't pay attention to the force, the police officer, where all this could be avoided.
Go ahead.
All this could be avoided with just the teaching the proper technique, with the teaching of how to handle people. Prime example, fam. We have seen multiple videos where a white man with an AK-47 don't get a bullet put in. Don't get a bullet put in him because they understand he ain't got it quite up there. He ain't got it.
No, because I gotta address what you're saying right now before
I'm still addressing.
that one particular incident. Go ahead, dude.
So then, what's the difference from handling a person of color who may not even have a gun? Why can't you handle the same? What is the difference between handling them the same way?
And this is what I'm gonna say as far as what you're saying. So with that being said, instead of seeing it should be an eye for an eye, oh, you treated this white man, you treated this black man like this, you shot this nigga, you telling me you won't shoot this white man? Wrong. We shouldn't have that thought. That should not be a thought process. The thought process should be, why aren't we getting treated like that? Versus, or how, what do we have to do to get treated like that? Versus, why aren't you shooting that nigga too? Why aren't you shooting that man? That's the thought process.
It ain't about shooting him. It's about how you handling him. Because obviously,
but you just said
we know it was something mental with that white man. So take that same approach, bro.
I'm agreeing with you. Bro. But I'm still saying.
But cops don't do that, though. They seem threatening when it's a black man, bro. It's a threat.
But you saying take that same approach, but I'm agreeing to an extent. I do not think you should take that same approach with that white man that you did with this black man. I think, bro, one, we should all have, bro, we are all human, right? So we should all be treated with the same dignity. Not we should all be treated wrongly the same way. We should all be treated with the same dignity, G. So it's not, why didn't this white motherfucker get shot too? It's more so, why the fuck didn't this nigga get treated the same way this white motherfucker got treated? That's the way it should be. It should not be, let's cause harm to one another.
It ain't about causing harm, bro. It's proper technique. Like, taking the mental aspect out of it, because I obviously know when they approached the white man with the AK-47, they obviously know it was something mental. You know what I'm saying? So they were trying to talk him down. They use rubber bullets and all that, but they don't take that approach when it's a black man.
And I feel you on that.
They feel threatened in some type of way, and it ain't right. It's the technique that you're supposed to be taught in the force, bro.
Right, but it's the technique you're supposed to be taught that should be applied to all. So I'm still agreeing with you on you just want to argue, but I'm like agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you, Jim.
Bro. It's stating the fact, because you can tell just by what's going on, bro. Their approach are different. The approach is different, bro. Like, what's the difference in approaching a man? A white man with an AK-47 and, you know what I'm saying, approaching a man that got blunts, approaching a black man that got blunts in his pocket and he running away from me. But I don't see what's the difference, bro.
So y'all actually saying the same thing. Y'all
I just said that.
Y'all saying it different, but y'all saying the same thing. It basically boiled down to y'all both saying that person should be treated fairly and the same, no matter if they're white or black.
But for some reason, I don't know if it's a personal issue. I don't know if it's a color issue. That's the difference. We don't know what it is, but from what we seeing, from what we experiencing, it's slanted.
Well, I mean, racism is very systemic in the United States in general. So people consciously and unconsciously are racist because it's embedded in almost everything. So like if you have trainings that are teaching you to approach a black person different, or you see black people on the media all the time, only in a negative light, like your biases and your prejudices and everything is gonna be in you when you approach a black person. You already thinking this person is more aggressive. This person is probably more violent. This person is probably every negative thing you can think of. So now you're approaching them with that energy on your brain and in your spirit. So that's probably why they react like that differently. And I do think it's like taught almost in everything, especially the media. Like even with the protests, they keep saying thugs, they keep showing the looting, they talking about the rioting in a negative light, even when it's peaceful. So like that's the image that's being spread everywhere.
So if that's the case, then we're gonna be having this battle for years and years to come.
And we have. Look how long we've been having it.
Hold on.
We've been having this conversation beyond our generation, beyond our parents, beyond our grandparents. Like that's why people are
and nobody's willing to make the adjustment. Nobody's willing.
It's systemic, so it has to start beyond us. It has to include people from the top, people in power, people from in the laws, the judges, the lawyers, the attorneys, the chief of commission, everybody, like the people that actually make the laws and is allowing this to happen. Even Facebook, like you allowing Trump to post stuff that's like creating a violent rhetoric towards
what?
So it's embedded in everything. It's in social media that black people use. It's within the stores that black people shop at. So, I mean, it's on everybody's back because it's built in everything we're doing. And we participate in that same system too.
Facts.
I don't know where it should start or what it's going to take, but it has to involve beyond us.
And that's what I was gonna ask y'all. Where do y'all think we could start moving forward? Do y'all think where we come from, continue to bring that up? First off, I'm gonna ask y'all, where do y'all think we should start at moving forward? Where do y'all think we should start moving forward?
Honestly,
if y'all have an opinion.
Holding everybody accountable.
Yes, I think it starts. Yeah. I'm gonna say it starts on the level, like we're talking about this situation. It starts on the level of training. Like I think police need to be better trained on how to handle individuals, bro. I really think that it starts on that level. Like if I'm gonna take this, I gotta take this. It has to be a clear-cut way of how you handle it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Proper training, proper resisting arrest techniques. Like it starts on that level because okay, George Floyd, he resisted arrest. He did it all that. At the end of the day, once that man was put in the cuffs and his feet was, shackled and his arms was tied behind his back, there should not be nobody body weight on another man.
Can I tell you something, not to interrupt you, but I don't know if y'all seen this footage, but there was a protest and a man was subdued the same exact way. He put his knee in another person's neck, and the crowd started yelling, "Get your knee out of his neck!" And his fellow officer removed his knee because he like, "You about to do this all over again in front of all these."
Go ahead.
So beyond them being trained, I think it's like actually embedded in their like subconscious to do certain stuff, and I don't know what kind of training is gonna undo that, because it's like second nature that he put his knee in his neck after we already out here protesting about somebody dying from that.
But I think that second nature exactly. That second nature came from training. But the one thing that y'all missing is what Godfrey said. We need to hold each other accountable. The cops not holding each other fucking accountable. So like that cop did the other day where he pulled the fucking knee out in Seattle, that happened in Seattle, just in case y'all didn't know. He pulled the knee off of a suspect, a perp, neck, and put it on his back because the crowd was yelling. That was the humane thing to do. We need to be humane, bro. People have lost compassion for one another. People do not. By people, I'm saying the cops. Sometimes the cops, you feel like they lost that compassion. They do not.
No, you're right when you said people, because it's everybody that's lost.
Right, you're right.
Especially the cops, but everybody.
You're right.
What?
But it's like the simple shit that we've been taught growing up. Be kind to one another. Share. Like that little shit you was taught in kindergarten. Once you grown up, you done forgot how to do all of that.
Is it that we forgot, or is it that, like, I'm really not feeling y'all on that, because like I feel like it's still slated towards one race though. Like, have we forgot? You know what I'm saying? You can point the fingers all you want to, bro.
I'm pointing to Hershey so she can say what she was gonna say. But go ahead, Daryl, while you feel like you're in need of something.
In my camera, you pointing to me, so calm down. What I'm saying is, everybody keeps saying like we got it, but it's only happening to one type of race. Like we forget, we not looking at that picture. I understand treating everybody equally, yeah, but the bad shit is only happening to one race.
I think right now you're making an argument out of something that's not an argument, because I'm agreeing with you. When we talk about what we're talking about, I'm 100% behind you. I was just saying the compassion statement, because sometimes we could be more compassionate amongst each other. So that's why I said that. But as far as like the totality of this whole discussion, I'm in agreement with you. I do think we are taking like the brunt of brutality and murder and all kind of stuff. So I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But as far as compassion, that's something I think is not just for police to show us. I think it's for everybody to show everybody.
And that's why I agree with Hershey on. Like we're not saying you're wrong, Webb. We're not saying you're wrong at all.
I agree with you.
But you have to, when we say where to start, and I think it's you being an individual, your humanity, the way you treat others, that's where you start. That's how you start, bro. Like, I understand what you're saying. I feel you 110%. But, bro, yeah, we got to do better as people. All of us.
Accountability all around. Us holding each other accountable, us holding them accountable, and holding ourselves accountable.
Because one thing DB said to us today, too, that really stood out, we had a conversation earlier with a mentor of ours. He said, do you see any of these black people protesting when there's another black person killed in the neighborhood? No. No, because one thing that is saying is that is acceptable. Bro, come on, G.
But we can't sit here and act like the black community hasn't did that before, though. We have,
bro. Not to this level, G. And I'm
not to this level. Not to this level because we can't. It's hard for us to come together.
I can't say that, nigga.
We didn't sing Crips and Bloods come together to stop the violence in LA. We didn't sing shit like that. So you can't just credit black people on.
But we have also seen little kids getting shot in the fucking hood over crossfire, nigga. What you talking about?
Because you saying it don't happen, my nigga.
He said to this level, it hasn't happened.
You can't discredit the black community saying that we ain't had an effort in that happening, because it has. It has.
This level.
No. Has it been broadcast? No. So you can't say that, bro.
And I've never seen unity around the world in my lifetime like this. Never, ever happened. I've seen people in Paris, Switzerland, Palestine. I've never seen this spread across the world, except for COVID, like this, in the name of like right.
Black power. Let's fucking go.
In my lifetime.
You sit here arguing, saying that us as black people don't try to fight the black on black violence. When that shit,
I don't think that's what he said.
That's not what I said.
And
bro.
I don't think that narrative should be put out there.
Y'all right.
I thought my interpretation was the same energy that we're seeing now has not been shown before.
That's how I worded it, Webb. That's how I worded it, Webb.
Right. Right.
But I do understand it's super sensitive right now, because every time we're talking about this and somebody comes back with what about this, then people take it as they're dismissing what we're talking about. And I think all that is coming up in topic because it's all kind of overlapping. What about this and what about this and how we gonna do that? So I think all these topics are fair. I don't think one is more important than the other.
I stand, my stance as far as this whole thing, I just want everybody to work together, right?
Right.
I just want everybody to hold each other accountable. Like, it's not a black-white thing. It's accountability thing to me.
Mm.
We don't do that. We lack it as people. Humanity, we lack it as people. The way we treat others, we lack treating others with the same respect that we want to be given as people. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with everybody, honestly.
There isn't a black and white thing, huh?
It's definitely a black and or white thing.
Am I wrong? Did you not just?
I think he's saying the solution is not just black or white. Like, it's not all black people that take to make the solution. It's not all white people. It's everybody. That got to be part of the solution. But the issue.
How are you not understanding that? What is hard to understand that, bro?
So
I'm not saying that there's not a black-white thing, bro. I never once in this whole fucking conversation said that there's not a black-white thing, bro. Not once. I just said where I stand is that I think we should all work together. I think we lack humanity. I think we lack treating others the same way you want to be treated. That's what I just said. I didn't say it's a black-white thing, bro. I didn't say that there's not a black-white thing. I didn't say there's not a black-white thing.
You're right, bro. Because all this, you're right, bro.
Say what the fuck you gonna say?
Damn. Calm down over here, my sir.
It's definitely a passionate topic for everybody. So, I mean.
At the end of the day, fam, we have been exposed to so much shit, and the shit get overlooked, and everybody talking about we gotta come together. This shit keep happening to us, bro. This shit happens repeatedly. And I'm not talking about just the police brutality. I'm talking about the racist shit. The shit has been on display in the NFL. The shit has been displayed in the NBA. And all of a sudden, it's us coming together. Why the fuck do we gotta come together when the shit keep happening to us, bro?
Because I'm gonna tell you something. The solution ain't gonna come without white people in the conversation. You better believe that.
Okay. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, who's gonna educate them? Because they don't want to listen to us.
And that's fine. But because we
do not get me wrong, it is people out there of all colors that's marching for us. But at the end of the day, once this shit die down and once it blow over, it's not gonna be a concern to them. It's not.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's not
The solution.
Stop saying that we gotta all work together when we're not doing nothing to them. We're not.
I don't know if you hearing this right, but like the solution has to include more than just us because we don't have all the power in the United States to solve this by ourselves, which is why we're protesting so that people outside of us can hear us because we already know what we're going through. It's the people outside of us that don't seem to understand or care. We crying out to them, like, stop treating us like this.
How long we been protesting? How long we been protesting?
But I'm saying the solution is not only
we've been protesting and they haven't gotten the message.
It has to include white people as well. They gotta do something.
It has to include people. People.
That's true. It gotta include other people. The solution do. Or do you got an alternative? I don't see how this can be.
And that's the next question. What is your alternative? What is your alternative, bro?
Right now, shit, we still going through it. Can't be no alternative. The shit's still happening. We're in 2020 right now, and we're still the shit's still happening that was happening around the King back then. So right now, my hands is washed. We keep saying we gotta educate. But you can't educate nobody when they don't want to listen. When they already see us as people that's below them. It's tied into so much shit, people overlook it. Like, prime example, in the NFL, we are a pawn in the NFL. Black people are a pawn to make money in the NFL, bro. It's owned by majority of white people. So you telling me we just now, when we get to protesting, we're using our platform because they give us the opportunity to, you know, shine in the NFL because we're a star athlete or whatever, and we take that platform we use that platform to showcase what the hell is going on, but then they get thrown out the league or they get suspended. Won't nobody sign them. Bro, what? We can't educate. If we don't have no platform, how can we educate and get everybody involved if they keep taking it away? At the end of the day, it's gonna have to be a concern on that end. Until it's a concern on that end, ain't nothing gonna be done. This is gonna be a cycle.
Do you know that we're saying the same thing you're saying?
Yeah, everybody got to come together for that to happen, bro.
Yeah, we're saying the exact same thing.
When they don't want to listen.
So it won't get taken away. I think it's happening now, bro. Things have been, dual charges got upgraded. More people are getting held accountable. So there is change coming. Change it's not going to happen overnight, bro. It's not going to happen overnight. You just got to take it like that. We already been in this cycle for years, bro.
Exactly. So the change will happen now, right?
It's not going to happen overnight. That's all I'm saying. We over 2-3 decades of this, and it's more than that.
So let's
what improvement have we made?
Are you expecting change to never be made? Are you expecting no change to ever be made in our lifetime?
As this time, I don't know, bro. Because at the hope, like we started with the Rodney King, I was hoping. It was hopeful. Right now, we in a cycle, bro. Just like we have a cycle in fashion and all that, we in the same cycle, bro.
Let me tell you, there has been some change.
It's gonna die down. The memorial's still gonna be served, all that. And then a couple months later, another something else gonna happen like this.
That's why I think we're trying to discuss like what a solution would look like. Like, what's the first step? I know Godfrey said accountability. You said training. So I think like that's what we're talking about. There's no lies detected here. We're agreeing. I think we all agree on everything you said. I guess figure out where do we go from here.
There has been no change since slavery. I disagree with that. I disagree with that 110%. Actually.
Is that what he said? I thought he was just saying, I didn't know he took it back to slavery.
He didn't even take it back that far. He only took it back to like the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
Well, even taking it back to the 90s, Obama has been in office.
Because
there has been several black governors been put in place. Several black, whatever. It's been a lot of first black, whatever, since the 90s.
And the police.
You're saying there.
Are we talking progress or change? Because it's a difference. Yes, we made progress, but overall, I don't know if like the concept of racism towards black people has changed.
Okay, if we're talking overall racism, how do you account that? How do you account every white or every race? Because everybody that's racist ain't even white. How do you account racism?
That's why we said that everybody got to be a part of the solution and everybody got to be accountable.
Y'all, man, this was a good topic right here on Offset. Check yourself. And yeah, we want to know what y'all think, man. What's the best steps moving forward, man? We gonna do a post on our page. We want to know what y'all think. How do y'all think would be the best way as far as progressing as a nation, United States of America.
Can I ask y'all something now before we get out of here? Just as a step in the right direction, kind of what D-Dub was saying. When social media do something racist, do you guys get off of social media and stop supporting it? When the NFL did something to Colin Kaepernick, did you guys stop watching it and buying tickets? When there's like things going on that you don't agree with, like, do you make your voice and opinion notice by dismissing that, or do you still support it?
Do I still support it?
Facebook and Instagram.
In all honesty, it didn't happen on every platform. So, like, shit, I wouldn't be on nothing. I'll be sitting there.
Okay, so is that something you willing to do?
If I feel like my presence and stuff will do a justice, then yeah. But like I said before, people on higher platforms than me didn't try. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they was pushed to the wayside. So if people on higher platforms, you know, try to use their leverage and what they got and been pushed to the side, like what am I going to
So if everybody think like that, then we gonna be stuck in the same position. Because
we've been stuck since I'm gonna say
somebody gonna be making efforts towards change.
We've been stuck since, so in all reality, we should take away NCAA football. We should take away basketball. We should take away tennis. We should take away golf. We should take away all that.
But the only reason I asked that is because you referenced the NFL. So I'm saying that's something you still support.
And it still has happened, and it continues to happen. So it's like,
but it's still something you support, though, right?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like at the end of the day, it's like I can stop watching NFL, but they still make.
I think what Hershey's saying too. I think that's a good topic to bring in. Like that could be your change, bro. If you see something that you don't like, use your voice, use your platform that you got. No matter if you think it's gonna work or not, take a stand on that, and that little change you doing your due diligence, bro, will be a part of the bigger picture, fam. Real talk. Just don't support none of that from now on.
That would be, but that didn't. What I'm saying is that takes away an outlet for me, because for the simple fact,
taken away.
Oh, listen, hold on. Listen, what I'm saying is, prime example, the NFL. Yes, what they did to Colin Kaepernick was bogus. We keep using the NFL because Colin Kaepernick is relevant to the situation. But at the end of the day, the NFL is watching the game that I love is my outlet from life, from dealing with the struggles from life. So I hear y'all. Don't support the NFL.
It's different things.
I'm not saying that.
Wait.
Just asking.
But if I keep doing that, taking away stuff that's something that racism happen, I'm taking away everything that's bringing me peace. So at the end of the day, what the fuck am I gonna have for an outlet?
Is that something you're willing to sacrifice for what you believe in? That's what I'm.
At the end of the day, what am I gonna have for an outlet? Is what I'm saying.
Is that something you're willing to sacrifice for change? Is what
my peace. So if
are
you willing to sacrifice that stuff for change? Is what I'm asking.
That's what I'm saying. So I need to sacrifice my peace.
Are you willing to sacrifice that stuff for change?
If it comes to that, yes.
If the answer is no, it's fine. And if it's yes, it's fine. I'm just asking.
If I had to sacrifice my peace, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on here.
Okay. So the answer is no.
Aiden took off his glasses and a little bit.
Like it's getting hot.
The struggles of a black man is serious. So at the end of the day, I gotta pick and choose.
So no. Okay. It's fair. It's just what you believe in.
Don't get me wrong, Daryl is my brother. This is my family. We argue like this, we discuss conversations like this because it means something to us. Y'all should do the same. Everybody, I hope y'all took something from this, man. And I hope everybody stays safe out there and continue to support Put You On Those podcasts and Offset.
Be safe.